Hello! Welcome to Majesty's Decor, where we imagine and create. Please remember to subscribe. Hey guys, so today we're going to make this round velvet pillows, throw pillows. We're going to use velvet fabric, fiber filling, and this cute button on top. You can make it in different colors, as you can see. So this is what we'll need. We'll need a pair of diamond buttons. We'll need a pair of scissors to cut your fabric and your foam. And make sure you have a strong enough contact adhesive to hold your fiber and foam together. Make sure it's strong enough to hold it so that it cannot separate with time. Then we need this tape measure to take our measurements. We'll also use this cooking pot in my case. That is because I didn't get anything round in my house. In your case, you can use anything that you have in your house that is circular in shape. Make sure it's just large enough for the pillow. Then we will also need this 1-inch foam. You also need fiber for your filling. Make sure you have enough fiber so that your pillow will have the right size. You will also need fabric. In my case, I will use velvet fabric. You can use any fabric, just make sure that it's stretchy enough for your pillow. You'll also need thread and a machine to make your stitches. If you don't have a machine, you can make hand stitches. Make sure they are strong enough to hold your fabric though. I will also use these hand needles. And you will also need chalk to mark your measurements. You can also use anything that can give you that mark, example a pen, a felt pen, etc. So these are the items we'll use. The list of these items will be in our description box below. Make sure you check it. So you'll take your foam. I used 1-inch foam. Then using the item you will use as your stencil. In my case, I used this cooking pot to get the round shape. So you place the stencil on your foam. Use a chalk to mark out the shape of the stencil. So there we have our shape. We'll do this twice so that we have 2 pieces of the same shape. There we have our 2 pieces. So get your pair of scissors or any cutter you're comfortable with. Then I will just cut out the shape I have made. I will do it for the both pieces. Cut it out. Ensure that you cut along the line so that you don't lose your shape at the end of your cutting. So after cutting, you will just smoothen your edges so that you get a perfect round shape. Do this on both the pieces you have cut out. So after you're done with the cutting, you will have these 2 pieces of your foam sheets. So you'll take your glue. Make sure your glue is strong enough so that after holding the foam, it does not come out after some time. You will use a stick. In my case, I will use this box, a piece of cardboard, to just apply the glue around one of the sheets. Make sure you have enough glue around the sheet. So I will just apply it. Apply it all round. We will now attach the 2 pieces of foam together. So you put the 2 pieces together and press them hard enough so that the glue sticks the 2 pieces of foam. You'll do this all through. So ensure you leave a small space at the end of the 2 pieces of fiber, a small hole where you will insert the fiber from. So I left this side open. I will take my fiber and insert Make sure you insert enough fiber so that your pillow gets a more definite shape and it will look more comfortable. After filling it with enough fiber, you will take your glue again and apply to the edge that you left open. This glue is somehow messy, so ensure you don't mess up your place. So now we will take our piece of fabric. Make sure you lie it flat on the ground so that you have no wrinkles in between. Lie it flat. So we will take our tape measure and measure the diameter of our fiber. In my case, I will now measure it all round. I will take my tape measure and measure it all round. My measurement was 39 inches. So this will be the length of our fabric. We will measure our fabric 39 inches and mark where our 39 inches is. Then I will measure my diameter. My diameter was 14 inches. I just marked the middle of my pillow and the middle of the other side. You run the tape measure through to the other side. It was 14 inches. This will be the width of our fabric. We will measure 14 inches on the fabric and mark using our piece of chalk. So you will get a ruler and using the measurements you have made, you will make a rectangular shape on your piece of fabric. Then we'll get your pair of scissors and cut your fabric. Make sure you don't alter the measurements you have made. Carefully go through the line you have made. So after cutting, I now have my piece of fabric, 14-inch wide and 38-inch long. I will now fold my fabric into two pieces. Then I will make stitches on the shorter side of the fabric. I will machine stitch the shorter side. If you don't have a machine, you can use your hand, but make sure you have strong back stitches so that your fabric is stitched strong enough. So after sewing, that's what I have. I will cut off the hanging threads. Then I will turn the fabric on the inside out so that the right side is on top, the right side is outside of the fabric. I will then cover my pillow using the fabric I have made. Make sure that it's balanced, that the pillow is in the middle part of the fabric and that you have enough fabric. You have the same amount of fabric on both sides of the pillow. So I will now take my hand thread and needle. I will make stitches all round the fabric. Make sure the stitches are made close to the edge of the fabric and use a strong enough thread. I will do this all around the fabric, and as you're doing it, make sure you're making small gathers so that at the end you will have small pleats all through the length of your fabric. So you will do this on both sides of the pillow. After sewing, you will pull the thread together. Pull it so that you get your gathers. Ensure thread is strong. As you can see, for me, I used a light thread and it came out. It ended up being ripped off, so I got a stronger thread. Then you will still do the same thing you did on the other side. Start with a double stitch so that it's strong. and do this all around the fabric. So after making the gathers, you will pull your thread and it will end up pulling the fabrics, and the fabric will look like this. You arrange your gathers, make sure they are neat. Then you will finish off by making a knot. I will also do this on the other side. I will cut it off, the thread off, and make a knot. Make sure you make a knot strong enough so that your gathers don't come out. In my case, I made about 3 knots. After making your knot, you cut out the excess fabric. Cut out the excess fabric. So this is what I have after doing the gathers on both sides. I will now take my tufting needle and a strong enough thread. In my case, I used a tufting thread and I fold the thread twice. I will pass my needle through one side and make sure it comes out from the center of the other side. Then repeat the process. Ensure you pass it through 2 or 3 times to make sure it's strong enough, and as you do this, you pull your fabric so that the center of the pillow makes a hollow. You pull your thread. As you pass it through, you pull it, but don't pull it too tight that you break the thread. So after I'm done, I will pull. After I'm done, I will pull my thread, pull it tight enough that the center of the pillow will form a hole. Then I will cut my thread and make a knot to fasten it. Make sure you make enough knots. In my case, I used 3 knots so that the thread does not come out. After making your knots, you will cut the excess thread. So this is what I have at the end. Now I will show you 2 methods you can use to attach your buttons. The first one is using the glue gun. The disadvantage of using the glue gun is that it is so messy and you'll have to do a lot of cleanup after finishing. I will take my glue gun, apply the hot glue on the fabric, then I will press my button on the glue. So this will hold tight after the glue gets cold. So that is what I have at the end. So the second method is using your tufting needle. I will get the needle through the hole. Make sure that it gets through the center and not the side. I will get it out through the other side. Then I will make a few stitches first. Make sure you make 2 or 3 stitches at first before you attach your button to ensure that the stitches are strong enough and that the button does not come out. After doing this, I will get the thread out of the needle. Then I will get my thread into my button. I will insert it back into the needle and then make a knot so that the thread does not come out as I make the stitch. Then I will repeat the process. As I get it through the other side, I will do the same thing and insert the other side of the button. Ensure that the button is at the center of the pillow as you pull it. I will again get the thread out of the needle and insert the button. My needle was too big, so then the button could not get through my needle. That is why I had to remove the needle first, insert the button, and then return the needle. But if your button is big enough that it can get through the needle, you don't have to do all this. And as you insert your needle, make sure you pull it so that the center will form a dome. And ensure that your button is at the center as you make your stitches. So I will make a few more stitches to just make my buttons more firm. After ensuring that my buttons are firm enough, I will then make a firm knot. I will make a few rounds of thread around my button. I will then cut the thread and make 2 knots to secure my ends. And this is what we have at the end. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe so that you get notified when we post our next video. See you next time. Bye.